Let's get a full breaking down of Traitors. By the way, KeithPazel.com, twitch.tv/KeithPazel. It's been a good show so far.
Yeah.
Policia and game shows tied up 5-5.
Yeah.
Drama Queens up 7-4 over Sporting Ball. TV News up 3-1 over Reality Island, who maybe we can get some make it a game here.
Yeah.
And then Comedia del TV 10-3 over Toon. And then, of course, Dork Wanderers edging out Rescue Rangers 3-2.
Oh, some close ones.
Oh, yeah.
I like your E.T.,
Oh, it's my favorite. He's my favorite. Okay, here we go. We got some chats here. He said, this is peak different world watching time slot 1992. He said, great show. Needed this in Chicago snowstorm.
Wait, this is a black phone?
Yeah, that's with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, interesting, man. I told you my buddy interviewed him for the book.
Oh, yeah. I think he said it the last time we brought up Ethan Hawke.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. That's one of those I'm not.
It's just, ugh.
I think we got a news goal right there. Was that a rant goal? You bet your ass it was.
It's just, I understand that the rules of the game in the Middle East are truly cutthroat. I get that. And it's really close to the most important commodity on earth, so that makes it an important area. But, you have everyone knows your military is badass. Okay. You don't have to just show it off and swing your dick
it's
around
ours,
so much.
Essentially.
Excuse me?
It's ours, essentially.
Well, yeah.
As far as funding goes.
Netanyahu made this statement. This is getting ready to do TV news. Netanyahu made a statement last week. I saw him. He's like, yeah, within 10 years, we will not be required. We won't be getting any more military assistance from the United States. So we have
someone said, they were like, how about now?
Exactly. It's all, he's just putting that out there right now just to be like, hey, get off our back. This is a bone to throw to both the right and the left, who both hate Jews right now.
I mean, at this point, they have better defense than us.
They're
with their dome.
Trust me, you are defended. Everyone knows your military is badass. I have an idea. Try to maybe not be, whatever. I'm preaching to the choir. Anyone listen to this, but it's just any moral high ground, short-term problems in their mind of, potentially everyone wanted to murder them and kill them.
We're jumping forward a little bit, but just to match it, we're going to do the first 10 minutes of Real World 1992, the first New York one, which I'm sure you remember gratefully. You're in college here. This is probably like, I'd like to be on this show and get some trim.
Yeah. Well, it was certainly like, man, these people are cool. I remember being like, wow, they're cooler than me. I'm just not that cool. I'm a bit of a dork, So I was like, I remember seeing this and it was like,
the guy writes fucking fantasy novels right there.
Yeah, he does. Let's see. Yeah, totally.
Nothing like me or most of the people that.
What is the jacket you're wearing?
Like me. I mean, who stacks books haphazardly like this? That shouldn't even be physically possible. I mean, I have a base one, and then
I still have books. I wonder if that's old.
He's got 2 VHS tapes at the top there.
Ooh,
two, one recorded. That's probably some sort of porn.
Yep.
And then is that Lovejoy?
I don't know. Yeah,
a thing called Lovejoy. Probably a jazzercise, but he's also probably I have the Torah, every Bible, and then a James Patterson novel.
James Patterson, exactly. No VC Andrews, that's beneath me.
Yeah. This isn't Judd, right?
That racist line.
There we go. Let's go to TV news now.
Yeah, okay, sure, I know.
2 hours and 12 minutes. We're going to close this bitch out.
Let's close with this.
Right. It's been a good episode. This is the closing out of 7, so I do have to remember to do final scores and standings at the end of this because this is the end of round 7. Tomorrow, round 8 starts fresh, ready to go.
Good. So, was that the sports guy, Terry Boers, with him dying? Was that
He's from the burbs, dude. He made sexual advances towards my aunt in the cafeteria in high school. Him, Mike Downey, like a bunch of Chicago sports writers came from Chicago Heights.
Interesting.
Terry Boers was the man, one of my influences. I mean, part of what I do personality is just ripping off Boers and Bernstein here.
Yeah, I remember listening to Boers and Bernstein.
Let's go, Jesse. Well, he was also part of the heavy fuel crew in the 90s, him and Dan McNeil. Like, there was a 90s era of score.
Journalists don't storm. Yeah, they're storming churches. The first adjective that came to mind when I saw that with Don Lemon, I thought, he's storming that church.
Oh, yeah.
Him and 85 Negroes were storming that church.
They came in there like it was a diner in 1962.
I know.
I try and be Dennis Miller here.
I know.
By the dozen. Now, it's easy.
Yeah, that is true. Rob Aponte says Boards and Bernstein was the show. He said the score was AEW to ESPN's WWF, the more like fringe, cool station.
The score?
Compared to like the mainstream. Because before that, there was just like mainstream shows like WBBM and NBC, WMAQ would just do like 3-hour sports blocks, but there was never 24-hour sports.
Yeah.
And then the score started as a half-day all sports station, and then WMVP started as a true blue 24-hour.
Wow.
And that drove the score to go 24. Like WMVP was never popular until it became ESPN Radio in 1998.
Yeah, exactly.
But for people who don't know, WMVP is ESPN 1000. It's always been 1000, and the score was 820 when it first started, then 1160.
I remember listening on 820.
And then it's been 670 until from 99 until now.
Yeah.
And then now they're taking over 104.3.
Walmart or on Amazon.
Yeah, I used to listen. They used to have call-ins. There would be call-ins on the score, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
And it was total. Like,
that's where my Chicago accent comes from. We need to start Kyle Orkman. Like, it's 100%.
I remember listening to it once. This was when, I think I've said this story before on the show. Early 90s, when all these San Francisco assistant coaches, Dennis Green, Paul Holmgren, and there was a third guy, all got head coaching jobs. But Green was for the Vikings. Obviously, Holmgren was with the
look
Pack.
at this. Downtown LA right now.
Luzelia, we want you to go get some water or try to
get some water.
And then in the third, I was saying about in the early 90s, and people would call in. And they would, again, it was about all these San Francisco assistant coaches becoming head coaches in the same division as the Bears. Dennis Green for the Vikings, Paul Holmgren or Mike Holmgren for the Pack. And then I think that the Lions got a guy too. I remember a guy calling up. It was so fucking Chicago. I'm sick and tired of these wuss coaches coming into the league, passing the ball like that. I kept calling them wuss coaches from the 49ers coming in here thinking they know how to.
Yeah. The West Coast is just slant passes. We need smash mouth, hand the ball off, draft a running back, and make his career over in 4 years.
Whether it's not helping the situation out there, and certainly not the
we got protests.
Wow.
The weather's not helping anything. What the fuck are you talking about?
People don't know how to cover this, I think, man, because they know it's real.
Look at that Jacoby and Myers ad over the weather. Is it raining? Is Jacoby and Myers the weather? Is it partly Jacoby outside?
No, it's more Myers, but yeah, it is. I think that a lot of the mainstream media is afraid of the odious Tangerine Gorilla, even though I feel like he's kind of weakened, I would argue. But whatever. What do I know? I don't have my finger on the pulse, but just my senses. And I live in LA. Obviously, it's not going to be a supportive place of Trump, but I have
most
capacity.
places aren't. The thing I think is not. I don't even think people are like either for it or against it. The point I was making in a group chat was, because it's only happening in Minneapolis and I just think most of the country doesn't think this is an issue in their life right now.
Yeah.
Of just this isn't happening. Like, ICE isn't here arresting people in my town. So I don't really care about this going on. Like, that seems cold and selfish, but that's how most people live.
Oh, I know.
So I think it's going to take them a couple more cities at the same time this happening for people to truly be like, okay, this is a voting issue now.
Yeah,
but I honestly still think if you tried to make ICE a voting issue, people would think like, well, this isn't something that's big in most people's lives.
Yeah. Well, what's disturbing to me is that because Stephen Miller is a studied right-wing populist,
a lot of people think that if Trump is truly dying and Vance becomes president, like Vance hates Stephen Miller, I think, because Vance is vehemently anti-Semitic and Miller's Jewish.
Well, it is. I've said this before. It's a fucking snake pit. Everyone around him, think of what the White House is like right now. It is an absolute snake pit of vipers just sniping at each other all the time, trying to get their own turf and figure things out. I knew Miller was going to be a dominant voice. I knew he was going to be a dominant voice because he was one of the few guys that lasted the entire 4 years of his first term. Like, everyone else left because they knew he was a complete idiot. But I knew Miller was going to have a special place because he proved his loyalty. And now he's whispering. He is Rasputin, and he's whispering that awful advice device in his ear. So yeah, if he does die, yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, I you know, again, we don't have any information. We're not privy to it. It just seems like Trump, you know, I don't think he's in particularly good health, I would argue. You know, and
so we think me and Alicia think he's straight up in liver failure.
Yeah.
That like his, I mean, if you look at the pictures, he's yellow. It's just not, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more.
And he was yellow.
I watched a thing on David Pakman who had this, I think he was a neurologist on, and he was saying that, you know, Trump has frontal dementia, frontal lobe dementia, which is the same thing Bruce Willis has. So it's a degenerative condition.
It'll kill you too.
Oh, absolutely. And he's had it.
I think that's a little crazy because if he did, there would like Bruce Willis already can't speak.
Yeah,
like frontal temporal dementia. Like Trump would be a vegetable already if he had that.
But he's in the early. But here's another thing they said too: is that remember back in September they didn't find him he wasn't around for a week.
Yeah,
they think that he actually had a small stroke at that time.
Oh yeah,
and they gave him an MRI. And then I think that his bruising on his hand is literally, they're just taking the fluids out of his body every day because he's got fluid buildup and stuff.
See, that's when you know they're struggling, when they're not even talking about Minnesota anymore because they're just like, oh, I don't think we really can anymore as far, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The search warrant, the FBI and the DOJ went in and collected numerous pieces of evidence that the judge authorized us to collect.
Jesus.
And what we're going to do next is
I just think whenever I see Kash Patel, I see must be this high to ride. Like that's what I see in my head.
He can't get on the tilt-a-whirl.
Yeah.
You know, so
we know this.
I've had an axe to grind.
I've been wanting to ride Batman the Ride my whole life, and I can't.
Yeah, he's a bizarre.
We need to change lower the signs, the height signs at roller coasters.
And as you know, this is the beginning of they're trying to poke and prod and figure out how to fix the 2026 midterms.
Tulsi's on the scene.
Yeah, this is
with her puffy coat.
They're all trying. Yeah, they're portraying it this way because they're trying to gather information as to how to steal the midterms.
Oh, even in Minnesota, they were like, "We'll leave if you give us if you give us your voter rolls, we'll leave." And you're just like, "What the fuck?"
That is just extortion. That's just flat out extortion.
And that's where I have hope because I think everyone heard that and they were like, "Yeah, that's fucking like straight up voter fraud. That's what you complain about, like that the Bidens do."
Oh, well again, So there was a picture of him. There was a picture of him.
Interesting things happening.
When pressed earlier today at another
let's go back and hear the voice.
Yeah, let's hear
the Trump droll.
Yeah.
Is something that shouldn't surprise anybody.
President Trump yesterday gave kudos to Gabbard.
She's working very hard on trying to keep the election safe, and she's done a very good job.
Isn't that amazing that they already have that?
As you know, they got into the votes. You got a signed judge's order in Georgia, and you're going to see some interesting things happening.
When pressed earlier today at an unrelated news conference,
he's got weird. You can tell I bet you he's taking like cognitive speech therapy and shit, and really trying to.
Yeah, I think what this guy who was on David Pakman says, he thinks Trump could die in the next 2 to 4 months. Come on.
That's crazy. That is left-wing crazy shit.
Yeah. I think that's, I don't buy that. That being said, his health is declining. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, whatever, he's 79 years old. He's going to be 80 this year.
This Melania movie, I love that. And it was made by Brett Ratner, who literally got canceled for like raping people on set.
But didn't he like sexually harass Ellen Page when Ellen Page was still a woman?
It's just hilarious. This is my opportunity to get back.
I know.
But things are about to get really loud in the nation's capital.
I mean, that's going to be the next 4 years. It's coming, guys. It's coming. The engine, the golden age.
50 Grand Prix. The White House says it's the first race in the Capitol since 1801, when Thomas Jefferson had a horse race to celebrate July 4th.
So
he's making his own traditions. That's what he's doing. It's his own mythology. Isn't it just a projection of? It's just incredible.
All-American road race.
Capitol and see a great road race. Freedom, America.
Bro, NASCAR and IndyCar run every year. I mean, we're going to have a legit era. We're gonna put booze across. We're gonna they're gonna run gin. We're gonna have a real gin run.
On the moon, the Chinese said they're gonna do it. we're going to do it first. We're going to have rovers on the moon. We're going to be
to do what? To what? It's a dead piece of rock. I know. Just go on the moon. What are you playing? The Sims? That's something you do in like a world building game. Put guy on moon, rover on moon. It build score.
The fact that this is what they're putting out is pretty incredible.
What a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah, it's
and this is when you know it's your shit's going bad, when like this is what you have to lean on as far as news.
Yeah.
I'll get a call. Scott, I didn't wake you, dude.
Oh, I'm a donkey.
And they all have to suck up to his vanity. Like he's this weird. Again, that's straight from the fascist playbook, dude. That's straight from the authority. Like I am this superhuman Uberman who has nothing but energy. Nah.
Yeah.